Good afternoon, everybody. MVP here, and I hope you're well. I just wanted to respond to a lot of queries I'm getting on my website and also on my forums regarding people that are really just looking for something quite simple from me to use within their current trading framework. As you know, I'm very much now focused on scalping, and I apologize if I'm not publishing too much on that, but it happens to be a bespoke customized system that I'm using, and perhaps I will share more next year, perhaps with some courses and some mentoring work. But at the moment, that is very much designed for my needs and my wants. And whilst it does incorporate a lot of the FX correlator stuff that I've shared for free, obviously it is quite customized to my needs. If we step back though and offer people something that is more free and open to the public, which you can see here, I just wanted to share something which I hope will be of use to you as multifunctional, and you can use it. You can be flexible with this and perhaps change things to your needs. So what I've got in front of you at the moment, you can see there is 3 charts. And my FX correlator, my free indicator that is available across all of the forums by just going into some of the links. And I just want to share with you a system. Now this is actually based loosely around Captain Currencies 3-duck system. Again, if anyone's familiar with Andy, he's a great trader, trades out of Ireland, and he and I have corresponded for many years now. Great guy and very helpful. So the Cap's great. He uses the 3-ducks. The 3-ducks is a very simple but very powerful and effective system. What it does is it basically takes 3 settings across 3 time frames and said whenever those are aligned, you trade what you see. Now what I do is I take that and I use my FX correlator, my strength meter, and I come up with my own version. So what you have in front of you is 3 of those charts. As you can see at the top there, let me just show you. We're going to hang a 4 hour, okay, a 1 hour, that's a 1 hour in the middle there, and a 5-minute time frame. Okay, they're the 3: 4 hour, 1 hour, 5 minute. Each of these charts is an FX correlator indicator with a 60 moving average. Okay, 60. Each of them is on a 60 moving average. Okay, and the way this system works is very, very simple. What it does is it gets you aligned to which is the strongest currency to trade in both a longer term and a shorter term environment, and it also lines you up for what is the weakest currency to trade, again looking at 3 time frames. Very, very powerful, very useful. And what I'm suggesting is, under this system, whenever you see a currency that is triggered by that, you really focus on that currency. Yeah, okay. Now hopefully, if some currencies are showing as a solid sell and some as a solid buy, you obviously have a potential pair there to trade. But it doesn't sometimes happen that way, and that's again where we have to be relatively simple with this. You know, sometimes you don't get the fullest signal, but this is all about currency. Remember, currency index recognition, not necessarily pairs. The pairs follow the strongest indexes. Okay, so running through this very quickly, on the left here, the 4 hour. You can see what's strong and what's weak. Can you see the 4 hour here? Can you see this red here? Sterling very strong. Sterling's having a fantastic time at the moment, guys, as you're probably aware if you're scalping this week, and that would be all around Brexit. Euro actually is having a horrendous time, and again I think that's Brexit, but that's another story. So you can see here sterling very strong. I've got a couple of highlighted currencies here, and we'll talk about those in a minute. This is the brown CAD, Canadian dollar. This is the blue euro. Both of them are below the 0. Okay, so anything below the 0 is a sell. On the 4 hour it's a sell, and you can see we've got yen here just hanging in there as a buy on the 4 hour, and sterling, red sterling, very strong. Let's drop to the 1 hour chart. As you can see again, sterling, red sterling, very much prevalent above the 0. Really rocking at the moment, coming down obviously into the 60 hours. So what's that, the last 3 days? Okay, so again, give you an idea. You can see here I've got a couple of shaded colors. Can you start to see now what I'm trying to prove here? You see the CAD just dipping below the 0, just popping back into a sell now. Okay, and again we see euro selling through the last few hours. Again, if you've been following my scalping thread this morning, 21st of June, you will know that I was selling the euro like crazy. It didn't matter what I attached it to. I attached it to the Aussie dollar. I attached it to the US dollar. I did attach it to the yen, which was very powerful. No matter what I did, I made sure I was selling euro in those pairs, and I made a lot of pips this morning. I haven't added them all up, although I've got some figures in front. I had about 2 or 3 sessions because I got a chance to trade quite a bit this morning, and I think I've racked up probably in total over 100 pips this morning quite easily, probably just courtesy of the euro. There was a few others in there as well. I was buying a lot of cable as well, but anyway, you get my drift. Okay, the reason they are shaded, as you can see, the euro and the CAD are both below the zero here, and they're both below the zero here. So a higher time frame is supporting a medium term time frame and telling sell these guys. These guys are the ones to sell. Also, you will note that sterling is a buy here and a buy here. So you're telling me, why isn't that shaded, or why isn't that in bold? Well, I'll tell you that in a second. Although you can see it's clearly setting itself up and gagging to be bought again, but you have to have a trigger. And this is the beauty of this system, and the beauty how Cap uses this. You come to the 5 minute. The 5 minute is his trigger. This is where he trades. So it's not as fast, guys, as a scalp. You can't use this to scalp. If you want to use this system to scalp, I suggest you scale down these time frames, keep the 60 and come lower. So bring them down, and perhaps use the hour. Perhaps make the hour here as your primary, drop this to something like a 15, come down here to a 1 perhaps. But again, play with it. It's very powerful. So which brings us to the 5 minute. Now I'm looking through this, and actually what I need to do, and you'll excuse me while I click this through, you probably can't see what I'm doing, but you'll see in a second. Okay, I got rid of the yen. Why did I get rid of the yen, guys? Why? Because whilst the yen may be hanging in here on the 4 hour, it's not above the zero here. So you haven't got 3 ducks. You haven't got 3 confirming signals. So sorry, yen. I know you're strong. I know you're strong in the very short term, 5 minutes, but it's no use to me. And here we are. We have the CAD, brown CAD. We have the euro, blue euro. That's why they're shaded. Can you see that both of these for some time now, and I'll bring that back a bit, guys, and I'll bring that there, and you can see here what I'm saying. In fact, I'll get rid of that. Oh, in fact, I've got rid of everything. That's pretty worrying, isn't it? As you can see here, sell CAD, sell yen. How long have those signals been going for, guys? Well, you can see that this is going back to what, 11:50. This is actually a +1 chart, so it's about 10:50. That's about 9-10 o'clock this morning. You can see that the CAD really teased us quite a bit. Look at that terrible movement. So that was actually quite choppy there for the CAD, and I'm not sure whether it had dipped down, but we do have a lot of challenge here on the CAD. You can see that the CAD was selling last week, coming into this week, and it's come off a bit, and now it's dipping as a sell. So we're trying to get it in to the picture, and as you can see from about here, about 11 o'clock this morning, finally came in, and you can see we've had some selling on it, so that's good. But look at the euro. My god, the euro. You can always get the clues from the 1 hour. Look at this. This is way back. This is 300 hours this morning. So this is Asian. I mean, way back Asian. Earlier on in the week, it's been a sell. It's been a sell all week. Last week, a lot of action, and look at it. I mean, the whole morning. This is 8 o'clock this morning, sell. All I was doing was selling when I was scalping this morning, and that's why. Now, as you can see, we haven't actually got anything much here that shows us that anything is strongly buying. But again, the clues are here, guys. You must use these as your lead currencies, okay? But just take a look, say, and the easiest thing is to say whatever time frame you're using, the lowest time frame. This is the 5 minute. If you're selling down here, just pop up here and buy something that's above the zero. Okay, so you can see here this is the euro all this morning, and as you can see, I mean, at this point it was quite hard to actually pick something up. There wasn't much above the zero that it was offering, but as you can see later on this period, you can see there the green the green USD and certainly the yellow yen. Both of these have offered some very nice trades against both of these currencies, you can see, because these are falling and these guys are rising. Anything here has been offering potentially good trades from about 11 o'clock this morning. Remember, this is a -1, GMT -1. So there you go. So from I don't know, I mean, if you're someone that really wants to keep an eye on, say, the euro, you only trade euro dollar. The dollar popped up quite a few times. You see how the green dollar's here, it popped up here. These are all trades. And again, if you want to get more detail, drop down another level, go to the 1 minutes, or make the 60 even faster, make it a 20. What I'm saying is that this is a great system. It's adaptable. You can change these time frames to what you want, but remember, stay on the index. The index that is kicking ass. Stay on the primary index. You will generally always have at least one currency that is offering a signal in all three time frames. If you don't, then what does that tell you to do? It tells you the market is actually going through quite a lot of confluence, quite a lot of say conservatism, but it's kind of contracting. The market is contracting. It's kind of consolidating. So don't trade. Other times you will have currencies firing off in all directions. You can have 4, 5, or even 6 currencies that are strongly showing buys and sells. What does that tell you? It tells you you've got some absolutely rock solid trades there to make. Okay, remember about timing. I've indicated a lot or talked about timing recently. Timing is what it's all about. You have to decide as a trader whether you are going to follow the momentum move and take your chances that the currency keeps moving on as you trade, or you're a little bit more conservative. You note that a trend or momentum is in place. You note the trend. What you do is you wait for pullbacks, you wait for retracements, and you go back in on the bounce. Again, I'm generally more of a conservative trader. I look for my bounces. I don't tend to chase momentum unless possibly it's yen based or GBP, sterling based. Those two guys can fly. They can turn on a sixpence and absolutely deliver 10-20 pips within a heartbeat. So sometimes I will chase those guys, but I'll rarely chase any other currency, possibly CAD in the US session. But generally, again, I'm a conservative trader. I wait for my bounces. So here, to give you an example, here we have, you can see the euro here coming down. Yeah, can you see how it's just popping back every time? Here's a bounce. Now here's an interesting one. Whatever you are looking to trade at the moment, and perhaps that was EU. I haven't got EU. In fact, I have got EU up. Let's pull it up. Can you see here where the trades have been? Now, first of all, notice that the euro is a sell. Remember we said the euro is a sell? I mean, it's a fairly safe bet that you're pretty on safe ground here, regardless of what the dollar is doing. But if you notice, the dollar pops up here, bang, there's a trade. The dollar pops up here, bang, look at the trade down. So just wait for it to pop up, wait for the retraces. Here was a nice retrace. So here, you've come back, I don't know, probably 20-30 pips, and yeah, the euro came off a bit and then turns around, and you say, okay, you know what, I'm going to start selling again. I'll wait for the US dollar to perhaps turn upwards, or I'll just go in. And there's some nice trading there. I mean, really, I wouldn't have traded here because the green US dollar is a sell as well as thing. But really, once the US dollar gets above the zero there, and let's mark that, bang, that's about there, isn't it? You see that, guys? Once you get there and you put that, look at that. I mean, it's not rocket science, is it? There is some very, very nice trades you could have had today, dropping down from the 26s. So perhaps at this point I was probably saying to people, high 20s is worth selling off. Bang, sells off with a red sell bar there, and off you go, cruising down. A couple of nasty spikes there, depending on where you were, and all the way down to 1246, 1326, 1246, 80 pips. Been 80 pips there, cruising along. You could have been popping in and out. I would have been scalping in and out of that all the way down, but very comfortable. As you can see here, we're having a little bit of a challenge here. The support level is certainly not happening here, and a lot of people might think about now buying up into this. So what would you do? Well, personally, you can, but look how much of a sell the euro is. And I'm really, if you're being a conservative trader and trading this system, what you need to do is you need to just sit on this and you've got all of that time just waiting to come back in again if you want. Okay, it's up to you. But really, you were about here was where you really got into this trade. This is where you would have been as a professional trader using this system and these time frames. This is where you would have been. You would have got touched there, so you may have. But remember, if you're trading this, your stops are going to be here. Yeah, you're going to make a trade here. Your stop's up here. Your stop hasn't even been bothered, has it? And you're cruising down. By this stage, you'll probably be looking at stops there. you'd probably be around this level for stops. You may have got a bit tighter here. You may actually have come tight here and you may be about to get stopped out, but that's your prerogative. Okay, so there's a simple system, three duck system. Look up three ducks, look at Captain Currency, ask me any questions on my forums, but I hope this is of use to you. This is MVP signing off. Have a great day. I certainly did earlier this morning, made a lot of pips, and I will hopefully make some pips tomorrow as we head towards Brexit. Can't wait. Cheers guys, bye.